Hi there, and welcome to the second part of the series. Let's get started. So hello, Lucas here again, and this is the second part of our little try to imitate the look of anamorphic lenses series. And yes, this is a new haircut. As some of you may know or may have noticed, is that actual anamorphic lenses give your fridge some kind of different bokeh. It's not round like normal lenses might give it to you, it's more like a novel. And now we are looking into why this happens. Basically, the shape of the bokeh your lens produces can be formed differently. And for example, this happens every day when your aperture in your lens only has 6 plates or so and you stop it down. You get some hexagonal formed bokeh. So now, looking again at an anamorphic lens, you see that the actual form you get is kind of oval shaped. This is because of the shaped glass, and we just can reproduce this behavior. So what we are basically do is shaping the bokeh with something in front of the lens, something like this. This is basically just paper with a cutout, so the light falls through this into your lens and the bokeh becomes this shape. Actually, we can produce virtually any bokeh we want. We could use hearts, stars, whatever you like. You can make this into a shape, make it in front of your lens and then shoot with it. But also we have a few downsides. First of all, this works only with longer lenses, so when you're shooting with, let's say, 35mm and up, if you're using something like wide angle 24mm or 20mm, this won't work because you need to cover too much of the actual front lens. The second one is it sucks up pretty much light. So with the wide angle lens we would have to make the shape much smaller, therefore not enough light would come through or we get vignetting. That is the main problem, and we can make it. But even with a fast lens, I would recommend this only with a lens faster than 1.8, maybe faster, so enough light comes through, because this effect is of course the nicest in the night. So now the question is, how do we get this shape in front of our lens and how big it has to be? So let's take the lens you want to make this with. This is my 55mm lens. So now to know how big it has to be, just press it against your eye, and then actually then you see some you will see every corn of dust, you will see every scratch in the lens, everything will be seen with this technique. And now you can, when you make your fingers in front of it, you can around measure how high it needs to be. For example, this is enough for my lens here, and yeah, this depends on the lens and it depends on the front diameter, and you just should check it out which one fits for you. So I'm now here in Photoshop to create the shape. You can of course make this in GIMP or any other image manipulator too. Let's hit new. Let's make a new document, and I have 5,8 centimeters width and height because the lens diameter of my lens is 85mm. 300 pixels per inch is important for printing. Leave the background white, that's okay. So now let's create a new shape in black. The shape has to be an ellipse. So it's not important how you drag it because it's a vector. We can simply drag it then in the corners. Now it's a perfect circle. It will snap into the corners. This is pretty cool. And yeah, this is the shape of our lens. So now we make a new shape again, just anywhere. We make this white, just double click the black area here, and we just make it the same way. So now we can hit Alt, click and hold Alt. Maybe it's different on a Macintosh, I think, so it gets proportional scaling. I think it's Alt on a Macintosh too, but maybe it's Shift or Command, you have to try it out. And then make it like this. And yeah, we're done. So now we can just print this out. So now we have it here, printed on white paper. It's important that the side that faces the camera is black, so you don't get reflections or something else. And yeah, you can of course cut it out from thicker paper or black paper or whatever you like. I'm using this method because it's the easiest, at least for me. So the only thing we have to do is now cut it out. Actually, the biggest problem I have with this mod is cutting this out, because I never get it pretty straight, and the slightest error in this cutting will reproduce in the bokeh. And I tried to use carpet knives. I used very small scissors or band scissors, like for fingernails, and actually I don't get a great result, yet it works kinda if you have some great techniques to cut out paper. I mean that seriously. If you have kids and know how to do this really well, please leave a comment down below, so we we all know how to make it good. But actually this is only about the technique and it works, trust me. So I have now cut it out. I have made this piece some time ago from a black thick paper. This is my best try, so I used this one. So now we have different methods to attach this to our lens. I just like to make it like this and then tape it, or you can actually you can attach it to a filter or whatever you like, or you can some people have something like straps around this. I like it simple, so I like to use tape, simply because it's fast and it works. So now let's have a look what we just created. So now if we combine this with the flare filter from the first part, we get something like this. So, now you know how to do it. Thanks for watching, please subscribe and we'll see us next time. Bye!